The fragile security situation in the Horn of Africa was shattered on the 9th of June. 6 civilians and 3 security personnel were killed in a 6-hour-long siege by the Islamist al-shabab militants at a beachside hotel in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. Al-Qaeda's East Africa affiliate al-Shabab has been waging an insurgency for the last 15 years against the internationally backed federal government. Often, they target hotels that host the high-ranking Somali and the foreign nationals. Our next report gets you the details.
Pearl Beach Hotel is a popular spot at Lido Beach along Mogadishu's coastline. Down the street from Turkish embassy, the hotel is favored by Somali government officials. On Friday evening, though, as the Somalis were getting into the mood for weekend festivities, 7 militants stormed the hotel just before 8 p.m. local time. The assault was later claimed by the extremist group al-Shabab, which is notorious for carrying out attacks on hotels and other high-profile locations, usually set off by a suicide bombing.
I was sitting near the beach when the first explosion happened at the front gate of the hotel, and there was another one at the back. I ran to a wall nearby and hid myself behind it, and Somali forces rescued me from there.
The 6-hour siege ended at around 2 a.m. when all 7 militants were killed in a fierce gunfight with security forces. In addition to the casualties, at least 20 people suffered injuries, though some estimated the wounded to be much higher. 84 people, including women, children, and elderly, were rescued by the security forces.
What occurred last night was quite tragic, as it occurred in an unexpected setting and at an unexpected time. The Amin paramedic staff had immediately rushed to the scene, and we collected 20 wounded patients from the scene, 4 of whom were ladies and 16 others were males, as well as the body of a soldier who was wearing battle fatigues. Those are the overall numbers of the people that we were able to collect from the scene. However, the number of casualties may actually be higher because there were other ambulances operating there as well as private vehicles who were able to collect victims of the attack. So there is a possibility that the casualties may become even higher.
As Somalia struggles to recover from decades of internal conflict and natural disasters, al-Shabab has proven to be a thorn in its side. Driven out of Somalia's main towns and cities by an African Union force, it still wields considerable clout over swaths of countryside. Last year, Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud launched an all-out war against al-Shabab. He had rallied Somalis to help flush them out, denouncing them as bedbugs. That pledge had come after 21 people were killed and 117 others wounded in a 30-hour al-Shabab siege at Mogadishu Hotel in August 2022. Barely 2 months later, in the country's deadliest attack in 5 years, 121 people were killed and 333 injured in twin car bombings, once again in Mogadishu. In recent months, though, the Somali army and militias, known as Masavisli, has recaptured swaths of territory in the center of the country. These operations have been backed by US airstrikes and the African Union mission ATMIS. In retaliation, al-Shabab killed 54 Ugandan peacekeepers last month in an attack on an African Union base in the southern town of Bulu Marir. And now this attack at Lido Beach underscores the menace of al-Shabab President Hassan is grappling with.